Hi, this is Paul and Laurie Rogers, ambassadors with Visalus, and today we're doing a video to help you out on getting over the fear of calling your database, getting over the fear of cold calling people and talking to them about your Visalus business. From your Get Started training, 7 days to Rising Star, part of it is making your names list and making those phone calls. Make sure that your upline, if they're in the city where you live, that they are actually at your house doing the calls with you to your top 25 warm market people. And if they're not in the city with you, have them on the phone. They can shadow. They can sit in the background on a three-way call. A lot of people are fearful of making those calls. So as a new promoter, you've got to have your person that brought you into the business helping you out.
You know, this is no different than going to the gym. Those first few times when you go, it can be painful. And it's no different when you pick up your phone for that first time to go through that list of making that call. It's going to be painful the first few times. So my role is really to support him, tell him that he did a great job. Here's where some things we could have maybe done it a little bit differently and got things back on track. And you know what? If you screw up, I'm going to high five him and I'm going to say it's awesome. On to the next call.
There's two things with making the calls. The script that Visalus has is the perfect script. So that's number one. The second way that you might want to go is on that first call to somebody that you haven't talked to in a year, 3, 5, 10 years. You might want to break the ice about, hey, I dropped the ball, haven't talked to you in a long time. How are you doing in your life? What's going on in your life? What have you been up to? Here's what I've been doing. I'm not hammering hard on Visalus on that first call. I'm just reintroducing myself to their life. And if I get it in the conversation, I want to find out, what are their goals for the year? Who could I introduce you to that would help you accomplish those goals? Then on the second call, maybe I follow up 24, 48 hours later. Then I would bring in, oh, hey, by the way, have you heard of the 90-day challenge? No? Here, take a look at my website. Write this down. So some people, you'll have that comfort level of going right to, hey, do you have a minute? I just heard about this. Take a look at my website. I want to find out what you like best about it. Other people you haven't talked to in a while, you might want to break that ice for a little bit, then follow up a day or two later. Same thing with your post on Facebook. If you're private messaging somebody you might want to go right to the script that Visalus has. Somebody else you might want to warm up and reconnect with them first, 2 or 3 conversations, and then go into the script of Visalus.
A few other tips that I would like to share with people is when you've got this list of 25, 50, or 100 people, the first time you go through that, you don't have to do all the calls in one day. Again, it's like going to the gym. Make those first 5 calls, first 10 calls, and just get comfortable with the flow and the script and all of that. The other thing that you can do as the person who's supporting is I should be bringing my own list as well, because I'm going to make a few calls to some of my database or some people that I need to follow up. Just so that Paul can hear some of the verbiage and some of the language and things that we say, those phrases over and over and over again. I know when I first started, that was really, really helpful for me. I got on the phone with my upline and I told him, just talk. I don't care who you talk to, what you're calling them about, whether it's a follow-up call or a prospecting call. I just needed to hear some of those phrases. And the other thing is, practice makes perfect. Go stand in front of your mirror, go stand in front of your spouse. If you can do it in front of yourself or your significant other and get it so that it sounds more natural, you're going to be a lot better on the phone. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, it sounds so easy for you guys, make it sound so easy. You know, Tony and Rhonda, it just flows off their tongue. I guarantee you, their first phone calls did not sound like that at all. We just don't have the benefit of hearing that and being able to see that, but I guarantee you it was like that. So everybody goes through the same thing. Don't beat yourself up. Make it fun. We do things with ourselves as well that we'll say, okay, we're going to go make an hour's worth of phone call, and then we're going to go out to dinner, or then we're going to go do something. So make it fun, make it a game, and this isn't a bad thing. This is really a really fun thing. Another tip that I would like to say, Paul's got some things here of ways that we track our calls, and it's really important to make some notes on those, because your first few calls you're not going to be able to see this, but if you do calls consistently for a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then you go back and you review your notes, the thing that's going to come out with this, and this is the thing that's just so amazing to us, is somewhere along the way, you're going to have a life-altering conversation with somebody. And that's going to be the thing when you go back and you review that, of all of the people that you've talked to, you've shared this with, and had that life-altering conversation with, then it's really going to click for you, and making these calls is going to be a piece of cake.
Make sure you make it about what are they up to in their life? What are their goals in their life? Find out what they've got going on in their life. Then you can add value by introducing them to people to help them accomplish those goals. Then you have the right to ask them to take a look at what you've got going on then too. This Visalus lead sheet is what we call it. You can make up your own, but you want to make sure that you take down the person's name, phone number, so that you're building a database of people. And don't be bummed out if you don't get a yes, I want to join the challenge as a customer today, or yes, I want to join as a promoter today. It's over time. You're going to need those people to come on board 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years down the line as you're going up the different ranks. So don't put the pressure on yourself that if they say no today, it's not no, not forever. It's just no today. Don't take it personal either. It's not no about you because you're just a mean person. It's just no, it's just not the right time for them. And then when you do have somebody that you send a free sample out to, or if you send them to your website and they've seen your video, log that they've actually looked at your video, they're not interested. Log that they've seen your video, and yeah, they have some interest. If you sent some kind of sample out, make sure you write that down so you're tracking all that information. And here's where the gold is. It's the follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. And I'll be the first to tell you that in my career of business for 25 years, my follow-up is not the best. I'm getting a lot better at it. And so I want to pass on all my mistakes to you guys. So follow up, follow up, follow up. Don't be embarrassed to follow up. And as the company comes out with new things, that's always the perfect time to go back to them, just like they came out with the 6 new enhancements to the plan, is go back to them and say, hey, have you heard about the new thing? Or, hey, I just got my BMW. Or, hey, Joe Smith, who we went to high school with, just came on board.
Awesome. So those are our tips and tricks for today to help you get over the fear of calling. And again, you just need to do it. Go schedule those first 5 calls right now with your upline, and we'll see you on the next video.